guys, and welcome to this classic smoky eye tutorial. So to begin, I'm going to be priming my eyes with this paint pot by MAC in the colour Groundwork, and this is going to give us a beautiful neutral brown tone to our eyelid area. Now all the eyeshadows I'll be using today are going to be from this Morphe palette, which is the 35N matte palette, and obviously if you don't have this palette you can just use browns that you have at home, but I would recommend that they all be matte colours with no shimmer or glitter in it. So the first colour I'm using is just slightly darker than my skin colour, and I'm taking that on a fluffy brush and just putting that at my upper crease area, back and forth motions. Next I'm taking a colour that's slightly deeper and just going again with that same fluffy blending brush, just slightly lower than that original colour, again in that upper crease area, back and forth motions, and just make sure they are blended nicely. Next, as you can see the pattern here, I'm just taking a colour that's slightly darker, and this time I'm taking it into the crease, and then making sure that that is blended out as well with the other colour. And as you can see here, just a colour that's again slightly darker. And this colour here is going to go just underneath the crease area and also all over the eyelid. And then once again, make sure they are all blended out nicely with the other colours. And by using a few different colours, but all from the same family, you're going to get a much smoother transition, and that gradient effect from your skin tone to the darker colours is going to be a lot more smoother, and it's just going to look a lot more professional. Next, I am taking a gel liner on an angled brush, and I'm going to be giving myself some eyeliner. Now, this might be intimidating for some people, but I'm giving you a pass to not have to be precise. Okay, you do not have to get this line perfectly straight or smooth or anything like that. Just make sure it's nice, a nice thick line close to your lash line, because the next step we are going to be going in with some matte black eyeshadow on a pencil brush there, and I'm going just really roughly back and forth over that gel liner and just diffusing that out, so that you can no longer see where the gel liner starts and ends, and it sort of just blends more into that brown now. And again on the other eye, and this was just going to give us just that really smoked out look, and it's just also just going to make it look really soft as well, as opposed to having a harsh liner there. Next I am taking one of the most important makeup products, being a makeup wipe. It is a magic little product who can hide a multitude of sins, including the messy application of a smoky eye. And you can also use it to really sharpen out that winged eyeliner and give it a really professional finish. Now I'm just going in with my foundation. My foundation today is the Loreal True Match, and I really do love this foundation. It just gives a really nice medium to full coverage. It's buildable, and the colour is just so perfectly suited to my skin tone. Now just filling in my brows with a little bit of brow powder from my Napoleon NP set brow duo, the dark brown powder there. And I've only just recently had my eyebrows threaded, so I don't actually need a whole lot of filling in, just a little bit on the tail there and just any sparse areas. And as you can see, the difference that it really makes, even just with that little bit of filling in. Now today, to give myself an under eye highlight, I'm just going to be using this lighter foundation. This is the MAC Studio Fix in the colour NW15, which is obviously a few shades lighter than my natural skin tone. And I'm just taking that on a fluffy brush, and I'm just blending that out underneath my eyes. It's just going to give me a bit of a relaxed highlight, if that's really a word. Well, if it's not, I've just made it up. I don't have a lot of dark circles underneath my eyes, so it's just going to give me a nice relaxed highlight, nothing too extreme. And then just going in and setting that with a lighter face powder. Now I'm just taking that caramel colour, the very first colour that we use on our eyes, and I'm just running that underneath my lower lashes, and this is just going to help the darker colours that we're going to use underneath our eyes to blend out nicely, and it's not going to look too harsh. I'm just using a gel eyeliner pencil here. This one is from Essence. This is the waterproof gel liner in black, and I'm just running that on my lower waterline as well as my tight line up the top there as well, to make sure that no little bits of skin is poking through this beautiful smoky eye. Now we're taking this darkest brown colour that we use on our eyes, and I'm using this to smoke out my lower lash line. I'm using a flat definer brush here, but you can use your angled brush that you used, the same one you use for your eyebrows and your eyeliner. Obviously, because I'm a makeup artist, I have a few different brushes, so I just tend to use them, but you can just use whatever ones you have at home. So just running that underneath, as dark or as light as you like. This is going to give that really smoked out effect, so this is the bit where you can really customize it to how you like your eyes. Giving my lashes a quick coat of mascara today, as we will be putting on false lashes, of course, to finish this look out. Obviously, if you don't want to put on false lashes, or that's a bit too much for you, then you can just leave it at this. Maybe give your eyelashes another coat of mascara and a nice curl as well. But because I can, I'll put on lashes just to complete it. I just think it just opens up the eyes, and yeah, it just completes a look. Now, as you can see, my skin at the moment is all one colour, and it's all just flat colour. So we want to give it more dimension and more shape, and we're going to be doing that with a mixture of those two face colours that I showed you. Of course, you can use a bronzer if you have that at home. Just use something that doesn't have any shimmer in it, so a flat or matte bronzer, or obviously some contouring powder. And I'm just running that underneath the cheekbone, across the top of my hairline, up on my temples, and then on the other side underneath my cheekbone there. Now, because we have done a dark dramatic eye, I like to soften this look up by giving it a nice soft pretty cheek. So I'm using this light pink colour here from Rimmel, and it's a really soft girly pink, and I just think it softens and pretties. Pretties, is that a word as well? Goodness, I'm just creating my own vocabulary today. Just giving myself a little bit more of a highlight on top of my cheekbones. This is with Soft and Gentle by MAC. Also, I like to just do it on the tip of my nose, and just also on my Cupid's bow there to make that upper lip look more full. Now, to carry that softness down from the cheeks to the lips, I'm also putting on a light pink lipstick. This is Please Me by MAC, as well as this nude lip gloss by Essence on top, just to give it a nice shine. And there you have it, all the tips and tricks behind the perfect smoky eye. As you can see, it's not as hard as it looks. Just by taking numerous different shades and blending well at each step, you too can create the perfect smoky eye. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.